Hey everybody, I don't even know the last time I uploaded, but welcome to the 2023 summer season. A lot's been going on, which is a big part of the reason I haven't been posting. A lot's been going on personally, a lot's been going on with family, a lot's been going on with the business, and unfortunately we're looking at this guy here, and I was just thinking what my saying's gonna be. It's gonna be, I'd rather go broke than die a heat stroke, because this is going to be my new hay tractor. And for all the loyal Ford loving subscribers, I really am upset to disappoint you, but I sold the Ford. We're in a John Deere hat now, so we got all John Deere tractors except for my little 651, which I think if anybody watched my tire manure scraper, my excavator track manure scraper video, which nobody did, you would see that little tractor. But anyway, I've got that permanently fixed to the Ford sickle bar mower now. You'll see a video of that because I'm going to start posting stuff more often just as something fun to do. But this new guy is here because of this guy. This is my brother's John Deere 4020. I forget what year it is, but we'll probably get into that because, believe it or not, we gotta split this thing, do a clutch, we gotta rebuild the engine, and this isn't gonna happen right away. This is the reason for the new guy here. But anyway, we were talking about possibly trading this in, getting rid of it, trying to sell it private, and you know, it's been really good to us other than it's making metal in the oil now and clunking a little bit. It still runs, it's just it needs to be taken apart and had a good going over. Who knows how many hours are on it, but this has a 148 loader with a quick attach adapter. I forget, it says Washburns something Missouri. I think he found it online. But this has the third function, which goes back to hook up into the remotes. Eventually it was going to have, it probably will have when we redo it all, it's going to have a 3-spool valve to run the hugger on. This tractor has the third function line run, which I actually haven't looked at yet, so you guys are going to discover with me. But the third function lines are run through this big fancy schmancy thing right here. Like, oh my god, I'd hate to have to buy that, even though I did. Big fancy quick disconnect for all the hydraulic lines on this thing, but they threw the 2 auxiliary lines in without the couplers, of course, because that's the expensive part. Let's see where they go. I'd imagine they have to come out somewhere down yonder. Just have to look in the manual. I was looking at it before, I didn't think to peek at that section. But anyway, I didn't say anything about this, but this is a 2014 5085E with a 520M loader, 4-wheel drive. It's the E model, so it's economy. But this has a reverser transmission in it. It only has about 2,780 hours on it. It's in pretty good shape. It's got the EPTO. 4-wheel drive is mechanical, which I really like. I like old school better, as well as the EPTO, that's mechanical. And these are an economy tractor, so I'm not going to expect it to be anything like that 7810 over there, because that thing's beautiful and amazing and quality. But this is the little economy guy. I drove it home from the dealership. It's got ABC range down there. You got park 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. And then you've got your reverser, which works pretty nice. It's a little bit rough when you're still moving, rolling, going into reverse, but I haven't run the tractor much yet, unfortunately, because it's been raining since I got it, and also had a little bit of trouble. There were some splits in the tires when we went and looked at the dealership. This one wasn't as big as it is now. That actually opened up a lot since it's just been sitting here for a couple days since I got home from the dealership. But it's got 2 remotes. It's supposed to have a 3,500 pound lift capacity. I need to fix the pull out things. This one just, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I haven't looked at the schematic, nor am I familiar with these tractors. But this tire is the story. That little guy right there, you see the calcium coming out of it. That wasn't there when I looked at the tractor, nor when I drove it home from the dealership. And as much as this is interesting, that's calcium liquid ballast for anybody unfamiliar with it. This is an 8-ply tire with calcium in it, tubeless. And for anybody familiar with tractors, you really shouldn't put calcium in when it's tubeless because it's going to rot the rim right out. Calcium is very corrosive. So I'm hoping the rims aren't totally smoked under these, because tomorrow I've got 2 brand new, they're metric radials from BKT coming in. They're the Agramax 855s. I was going to get fronts as well, but I did not. They're going to need to be done pretty soon. I'm going to be interested to see what this is going to be like with not only 2 round bales on the front, but one, well, we're going to stack 2 big square bales on top of one another, which is all leading into how things are expanding. But my brother put new front tires on this when he got it. These are Firestone Maxi Traction, and these are 420 85 R26s. I don't know how many hours he's run on these, but these things are still in great shape. They're beautiful tires. And on the back, he ended up, the only thing available, this was kind of during the end of COVID times, but ended up with the BKT Agramax RT855. These are 520 85 R38s, which are the equivalent to a 20.838. He had a tire blowout the one day. They were pretty bald. He was trying to get every nickel out of them. But these, I don't know how many hours are on these either. These are a lot newer than the fronts, but so far he says he likes these. They're tires, they're round, they're rounder than a Goodyear. Honestly, they're rounder than the Firestones that were on it. We don't like the particular pattern of Firestones that were on it, nor do we like Goodyear tractor tires in general, or farm tires, or any Goodyear tires. Really digging the BKTs, but we got a John Deere 100 baler, which is at another farm we rent right now. It's getting stored in the shed, obviously. Got that for a pretty good deal from the same dealership that we got this and the 7810 over there from. Can we just admire it a little more? When headlights all. But yeah, no more Ford. I actually sold that to a good home. You guys will probably see it again, because that's one of the farms that well, I won't get into it. That's not for the YouTube. But anyway, it's a guy we know. He's a good dude, and he thinks it's cool, which it's a really cool tractor, and that thing runs pretty stout the way it is. I always wanted to dyno it when I had it, and I wanted to bring it to the tractor pull this coming August. That's when the local tractor pull is, and I really wanted to see what it would do souped up the way I had it, because I had never brought it to the pull with the turbo on it, because after I put the turbo on it, that's pretty much when all this COVID nonsense happened. So that was a fun tractor, and that was a fun project. But it goes, I need air conditioning, and I need a reliable loader tractor. We need a reliable loader tractor. The company needs a reliable loader tractor. So we're going to be making big squares. We're going to be making a bunch more round bales. We aren't quite finished up with first cutting yet, but we're getting there, and we got second cutting that's going to be ready already. And if you see off in the distance, beautiful mountain over there, this is a Walkill Valley. I'm not really scared of anybody stealing my identity. You don't fucking want it. Nobody wants to be a farmer. The haze, or the fog that it looks like, that's from the wildfires up in Canada. But anyway, I'm gonna get going for the night. I might add more to this video. I might just post it as is. But anyway, for all the loyal subscribers, thanks for watching. Gonna have more content. Got some buddies with drones now and GoPros. I'm talking with them about possibly filming some of our operations, because we've got a lot going on. But I'm gonna get into it as it unfolds, because I'm not gonna just dump it all. And I already dumped a lot into this video, but for those who've watched to this point in the end, I appreciate it, because if you're familiar with farming and you're familiar with trying to be a farmer when you're working a full-time job, it's pretty tough. But that's We're doing it for a reason. It's the only thing we know how to do, and it's what we're here to do. That's why. So, for all you farmer friends out there, fucking keep your chin up high. But have a good night.